How to achieve a greater spiritual awakening through your child. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Jessie Everett here. I'm an author, motivational speaker, and a conscious mom. Today, I have a really exciting topic to talk to you about. This one I'm really passionate about because it's something that I do in my daily life. I want to talk to you about the path to a greater spiritual awakening through your children. This is something that can help you with your spiritual awakening exponentially. I mean, it can move it bounds and leaps so much faster than you could ever imagine. So one of the points that I want to bring to your attention is awareness. So when it comes to getting a spiritual awakening through your children, awareness is key. So you need to be aware of not only yourself, but your children. So things are always projected outwards, right? And so when your child is being stubborn, or your child is not listening, or your child, doesn't want to follow the rules or whatever, becoming aware that that's something you need to change in yourself is huge. So children are actually brought to us to aid us in our spiritual awakening. So when we decide to have children, the universe is like, okay, cool. So I'm going to send this special spirit into your life, and they're going to help aid you into your spiritual awakening. Now, that's something that some of us are aware of and some of us are not. As we all know, being in this awakened community, we understand that there's people in this community that need help with their ascension. So the quicker that we can become aware and the quicker that we can ascend, the easier it's going to be for us to actually help others. So doing it through your child is very simple. There's another point that I want to make when it comes to your spiritual awakening through your child is overcoming your fear of change. So as soon as you are able to overcome your fear of change, your children are also going to be able to overcome their fear of change. As most of us parent, the normal way to parent, at least in my country, is we basically be who we are, and then we tell our kids what to do. We control our kids. How much time do they get on their iPad? When they go to school, what are they going to learn, right? Instead of us actually becoming in tune with our children. So each of our children is put here, and they already know their spiritual path. They know, just like we know our spiritual path when we come into this world. So it is our job to aid in our children following their spiritual path. A lot of times when we parent in that way, we actually take them off of their spiritual path, and it takes them longer to get back, essentially putting them to sleep, which is the opposite of what we're trying to do. So we're not trying to help keep them asleep. We're actually trying to help wake them up and encourage them to follow their path. One issue that I run into with parents and when they're trying to begin conscious parenting is they have these old belief systems. So if they're an artist, they want their children to be artists. If they are engineers, they want their children to be really good at math. If they sucked in school, they tend to have a fear that their kids are going to fail because they failed. When we're able to take a step back and look at the situation, and instead of trying to control which path they go down or make them feel guilty because they're not following the path that we think they should follow, when we're able to take a step back from that, we're able to help ourselves and our children because we release all of our expectations for them. So then they don't feel as much pressure like, well, I really suck at math and I'm not creative at all. Like, what do I do? Our children start to form insecurities in themselves because they feel inadequate. They feel like they're not living up to their parents' expectations. And that's really detrimental for their growth. And it's also detrimental for your growth as well because you're going to be continually struggling with your children along this path. I want you to ask yourself a question. And this is something that I ask myself almost every single day. There's actually a couple core questions that I ask myself. And as I go through this video series, I will start introducing them to you. But get a pen and paper and actually write this down. Do I recognize every aspect of my parenting as a calling for higher purpose? That's a very deep question, right? And please write that down. Make sure you write that down. If you haven't written that down, do it now, okay? Put this up somewhere where you can see it every day, on your bathroom mirror, on your bedroom door, next to your bed, in the office. Put it up somewhere, okay? And think about it. It's a very deep question, so it's something that you're not going to be able to answer necessarily right away. And try not to answer it with just a yes or no, okay? Because it could be a yes or no question, but try and actually Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and really think about it for a second. Because do you really recognize every aspect of your parenting as a calling for your higher evolution? Because we may think that we do, but in all reality, we don't. When I started parenting, it was rough. I became a mother at a very young age. In case you didn't know, I have 4 kids, okay? I have 4 kids. Ryan is 12, Eliza is 10, Carly is 6, and Justin the second is 4. So when I first became a mom at 21 years old, let me tell you, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no freaking clue. To be honest with you, I was probably too young to have children, okay? I was not mature. I had my own issues that I was just not fucking ready to work through, okay? My ego was like, nope, just be a mom, okay? I struggled a lot. I went through a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression as a young mom. I was very confused and I had no idea what to do. I really, really struggled. So fast forward about 6 years into my parenting journey, I started my own spiritual journey, and I didn't do it for my kids. I did it for myself, and I just kind of fell into it, right? I just started becoming more aware of energies around me. I started becoming more aware of how I felt around certain people, and so I started my spiritual journey. And then fast forward about another 3 years. I became a widow about 3 years ago, and this is that moment where everything changed for me. Obviously, the outside world changed completely because my late husband had just died. So that was obviously a huge change. But it also changed in my parenting style. It completely transformed how I parented my kids. Because at that point, I had no other choice but to change who I was. I had no other choice but to actually face my demons, right? And to face what was wrong in me. I had no other option, because when a tragedy like that happens, we really have no other option but to really face stuff. So I was faced with my ego. I was faced with, I was lying to people, and not in the sense where like I would just fake who I was, but to the sense where I wasn't being honest about my emotions. I wasn't being honest about where I was in my life. I was trying to fake it all the time. So I stopped doing that, and I started really looking into myself and really being honest. And as I was doing that, as I was working on myself, holy shit, I saw a transformation in my kids. And I mean, it was subtle at first, obviously, because I was making subtle changes. But once I started making these much bigger changes, I saw leaps and bounds in my kids, and that's how I discovered conscious parenting. I didn't label it conscious parenting. That I got from Google. But I definitely went down this path alone. I didn't have anybody else to help me. So I want to be there to be able to help you guys, because it's really important. Conscious parenting, it's the way to go. You can look through any other parenting books and stuff, and yes, you're definitely going to get some really good strategies, but conscious parenting is absolutely the quickest and fastest way to make a change. So recognize that every aspect of your parenting is, recognize every aspect of your parenting as a calling to your higher evolution. So every aspect of your parenting. So if you are changing your parenting method from being really reactive to responsive, that's an aspect of your higher purpose. Your higher evolution, excuse me. Because developing patience it's really important for your spiritual journey. Patience is huge in this parenting thing. And it's not just, okay, I'm going to be patient with my kids. Yeah, do that 100%. But it's patience with yourself first. Be patient with yourself first. Be understanding of yourself first. Be accepting of yourself first. And then do it with your children, because your journey comes first and secondary comes your kids. And I think that's also another one of those things that people not necessarily get wrong, but it's just misunderstood. It's been really great for me spending this time with you today. I've really enjoyed it a lot, so thank you so much for being here. Comment down below, how can a child awaken an adult? That's going to get your creative juices flowing. So comment down below. Also, like this video. Show it some love. Or dislike this video if you found it completely useless. You need to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that every time I put out a video, you are notified. I am committed to making weekly videos to help you not only change your life, but also change the lives of your children. Have a great day.